Please raise your hands. Thank you very much. Friends, I welcome each one of you for this session on 10x Sales Booster. It's also abbreviated as 10x Mindset. I really acknowledge and thank Ty for taking this initiative to organize this particular event. I had the good fortune of being a part of the Thai Global Summit, wherein we addressed a group of almost about 100 entrepreneurs for the only workshop which was there. And thanks to that, I think this was a follow-up where many entrepreneurs wanted this 3 hours of intensive insight into this concept of 10x. First and foremost, friends, I think this Thai team requires a big round of applause. Can you do that? They really put up this, and their commitment towards entrepreneurship is really admirable. How many of you agree with me? It's a selfless service which they continuously keep on doing by getting the right people in the right persons. The second is, each one of you sitting here also deserve an acknowledgement, mainly because according to research across the world, less than 10% of the world's population ever invest their time, money and resources on the most important asset that human beings have. That is oneself. And I'm addressing right now this top 10% of this world's population who are really interested in themselves. So can we give ourselves a round of applause? I think we can do one step better. Can we? I want to request for, can you raise your hands? Thank you. Turn it around and just give yourself a big round of applause. Just give back to yourself and say, I'm proud of myself. I approve myself. Can I ask you one more favor? Can I?
Sure.
Can you please raise your hand on this? As I cannot reach out to all these dynamic people sitting in front of me, can you on my behalf just give a small tap and look in the eyes and say, you're an awesome person. I'm proud to sit by your side. Yeah, really good. Thank you very much. That was too loud. Okay. But what we just did the last 30 seconds is what I call as 2 behaviors of a 10x mindset person. Just a small recap. First, what did you do? We raised our hands on ourselves. This self-approval and self-acknowledgement is one of the basic foundations which is required for a person to really think and achieve 10x. And the second thing which we did was we acknowledged our buddies. Right? How many of you agree with me that in today's world, if you really want to have a quantum leap in any area of your life, you require a team? How many of you agree with me? Yeah. And what you just did, acknowledging your buddy, is one such trait or a behavior which helps you build a strong team. Yeah. Whenever you see something good happening, whenever you see any of your colleagues doing something good, I promise you, if you just appreciate that, I tell you that energy will go up. How many of you agree with me? Absolutely. Well, now that you have decided to invest your valuable 3 hours with us, I promise you that it will be our intention to see that the person who walked into this particular training room should be the same person who walks out. That's our commitment. That you really take value, and each one of you who have come into this room, you go back transformed in some area of your life. That's our absolute intention. Absolute intention. Now, in the next 3 hours, I want to just give you a roadmap of what are the things that we are going to cover in the coming 3 hours. Can I? Yes. But the first and foremost thing which I as a trainer and a teacher am convinced about is that whatever a human being achieves in his life is directly proportional to his self-concept. What's the word? So So today, in the first section, I'm going to share with you all the science behind building one's self-concept. So that by the time you walk out, you will have a fair idea as to how to keep your self-concept at a high level so that you can achieve 10x growth in all areas of life. How many of you would be interested in that? Thank you very much. The second concept I want to cover in lieu to what we are going to discuss today is the concept of success triangle and the role attitude plays in human beings in their quest for success. So I would like to give you a foundation on this concept of attitude, which helps you to achieve a 10x sales or a 10x growth in almost all areas of your life. How many of you would be interested in that? Please raise your hands. Thank you. After this, in this not a very long duration, 3 hours time, I will also take you through the new paradigm of business, customer, and sales. So even though you are dynamic people, and all of you are doing very well, I'm sure, otherwise you wouldn't be in the room. But I ask you, how many of you are self-employed in this room? In fact, the tech question. I'll ask you again. How many of you are self-employed in this room? Actually, everybody's hand has to go up. But each of us work for ourselves. And each of us are responsible for your own life. How many of you agree with me? Yeah, absolutely. Each of us is self-employed. Don't ever think that you're working for somebody else. Each one of us are working for our own self. So, how many of you are self-employed? Thank you. Turn to your partner, give him a high five and say, I'm self-employed. Please don't laugh. And this is the first important mindset breakthrough I want everybody of you to really reflect upon. That in life, whatever you achieve in your life, wherever you are, who's responsible? Only me. Okay. We'll come on to that. So that's what I intend to cover in this entire 3 hours facilitation. I'll be doing with you all. Friends, before I get into the actual concept, can I tell you a little bit about why I am into training? Can I? Yeah, training is a passion for me. This is one activity which fascinates and motivates me whenever I'm in front of dynamic people like you all. I've been in this field for the last almost 25 years, and I had the good fortune of training more than about 10,000 such groups and more than about 1 lakh plus people. And every time I'm in front of people, it's been my endeavor to see that how I can help each one of you to break your barriers so that each of us live a more prosperous, more powerful life. This is my absolute mission as a trainer. I also say that I'm very, very fortunate to have been trained by some of the best teachers in this universe. The first person who I acknowledge is Rishi Prabhakar. Anybody has done SSY here? Siddha Samadhi Yoga? Great. Siddha Samadhi Yoga program came into my life almost about 25 years back, and still then I've been an ardent follower of Guruji's principle. It really helped me transform my life because, in my opinion, his teachings are a guarantee for a holistic development. Next person who I'd like to acknowledge is my teacher, Apurish Acharya. How many of you know about Dale Carnegie? Dale Carnegie, yeah. Dale Carnegie is considered to be a person who, after Abraham Lincoln, really made a difference, maximum impact to USA. And Apurish Acharya was the first trainer from Dale Carnegie Institute to conduct a leadership program here. And I've been very fortunate to have been trained by him. And one good thing that happened in my life is all these programs which have impacted me, I started as a student and then I became a teacher. And I've been delivering all these programs in my own way to as many people as possible. Then anybody know about Landmark Forum? Landmark? Yeah. Yeah, I've been a landmark forum student for the last almost 12 years. And I teach landmark forum as an introduction leader, training, introduction and the seminar and distinctions which landmark forum gives. That has been a very, very big impact on my life. And apart from that, friends, I wanted to acknowledge one person called Blair Singer. Why I'm giving you this background is so that when you are in this training program, you get a little bit of a background as to what exactly we are doing. Blair Singer is a trainer who is a master in accelerated learning technology or suggestiology. But as you all know, even today, human beings know less than what percentage of brains functioning is known by human beings? 2, 3, 5? Yeah, that's some percentage that we say we use. But we still know only there's about 20% of the way the brain functions. And Blair Singer is a teacher of mine who has developed a training methodology which is in tune with the way the brain functions. So today you would be getting a glimpse of the training technology which he has innovated and which gives a maximum impact on people. So I'm really obliged and I'm really obligated to him for teaching me into this technology called as suggestiology or accelerated learning technology. And I became the first trainer who got certified by Blair Singer Training Academy on this technology called as accelerated learning technology. This is what I want to really give to maximum number of trainers in India so that they are able to impact more and more people so that we can make this world a better place. How many of you would like that? Thank you very much. Thank you. But friends, more than anything else, why I am into training is because of a very emotional reason. That's my motherland. Friends, how many of you know, I want to ask you a question. What was our motherland known as? Not too distant past. You ready? Indica. Okay. India. Sone ki chidiya. So can you hear a beautiful question? Absolutely. So Sone ki chidiya of the world. Or it's called the golden land. But about 300 years back, this motherland of ours was contributing to almost 1/3 of the world's economy. What percentage? 1/3. The entire world wanted to do business with us. The entire world. Every country in the world wanted to come to our country and do business with us. In fact, just about 4 months back I was in the US addressing a group of NRI business person. And I asked them, who discovered Columbus? Anybody? Oh, sorry, who discovered USA? Who discovered USA? Columbus, right? I want to ask you this. Where did Columbus set sail for? India. Absolutely. So isn't it a historical fact that USA got discovered because of our motherland, my motherland? How many of you agree with me? In fact, this country so rich, and the people were again so very powerful. Then I want to ask you, friends, what happened after that? Then how come we became a developing country from Sone ki chidiya? Right?
Lack of unity amongst ourselves.
Lack of unity.
It was the British Raj, right?
Right?
I think education system, gradation of the
Education system. Okay. Education system is not what I heard of. The invaders, absolutely. In fact, I want to ask you this. Then we got subjugated by the Britishers. But I really want you, each one of you, to just pay attention on this particular statement made by Lord Macaulay in the year 1825 in the British Parliament. This is one of the reasons why I'm in training and why I keep on addressing this such dynamic group like yours. I want you to understand the reason why we became a developing country from Sone ki chidiya. I just read out. I have traveled across the length and the breadth of the country of India and not seen one person who is a beggar, who is a thief. Such wealth I have seen in this country, such high moral values, people of such caliber. I do not think we would ever conquer this country unless we break the very backbone of this nation, which is our spiritual and cultural heritage. Therefore, I propose that we replace our old and ancient education system, our culture. For the Indians think that all that is foreign and English is good and greater than their own. They will lose their self-esteem of the native self-culture and then become what we want them, a truly dominated nation. I'm going to ask you this: this vision statement of Macaulay, did it actually fructify? Yes. How many of you feel that? Absolutely, yeah. And I will ask you this one more question, Miss Intelligent people. What is the maximum damage that the Britishers did to us? What is the maximum dent that they put in?
Gurukul system they destroyed.
Gurukul system. But yeah, there was a major dent.
Unity.
What was the major dent?
Unity.
Unity? Yes.
They divided us.
Huh?
They divided us.
They invaded us, absolutely. They invaded us and they subjugated us, and they very, very smartly, in 2-3 years, literally plundered us. Okay?
They forced us to think like you're working for somebody else rather than being enterprise.
Right.
Took away our belief in ourselves.
Brilliant. So what is the maximum debt on?
Self-esteem or
You are
identity.
absolutely right. I think you have given across to them. Absolutely right. Apart from that, they broke all those things, that cultural, but the maximum dent that they did was on our self-esteem. They broke our self-esteem. They made us believe that everything English is good and that we are no good. And let me tell you very frankly, that impact that they did, even today, even though right now we are really progressing, we are growing, but even now, that elements are still there, makes us believe that. Okay? So one of the reasons why, friends, I'm into training is to reinforce our belief in ourselves, make us believe that we can create the golden land again. Let me just give you a small glimpse about it. Which is one of the most intelligent race in this world? Which, according to you, is one of the intelligent races, not the intelligent race. The intelligent race would be two
Jews.
Aryans.
Jews.
Aryan Jews. Very good. Anybody else? Yeah. This is the normal answers I get. Aryans, Jews, Israelis, Germans. Okay. But I want to ask you, this again, this answer which has come up gives a glimpse about the impact these Charlies left on us. Okay, I want to ask you this. Who is the CEO of Microsoft? Brilliant. Who is the CEO of Google? Take your partner, give him a high five and say, you are amazing. You are amazing. Can we do it with more energy? 1, 2, 3. Take your partner, give him a high five. Say, you are amazing. Friends, you must have observed the last almost about half an hour I'm with you. I've been asking you to raise your hands and asking you to ask a lot of questions. And sometimes I ask you to do crazy things like, do high five. I want to get present to this. This, in my opinion, is the crux of every successful person. So, when you turn to your partner, give him a high five. I want you to again be very sensitive. Okay? Again, turn to your partner, give him a high five. Say, oh, you're amazing. As soon as you did that, what happened in the room? Brilliant. What went up? Energy. Vibration, or it's called as energy went up. And what? Sorry. Energy went up. And I want to present with an important concept. Let's take up sales as a concept. Like two salespeople go to a customer. One is very fast, full of negativity. One is full of energy. Who is the person who is likely to get a sale? Energy. So it's a proven fact that higher the energy, higher the sale. Okay. And right now, you're in this room. What are we all symbol here for? Sales, multiplication, but that will happen afterwards. Right now? To learning, right? Learning. So how many of you agree with me that you learn more when you are awake? So when the energy is high, will we be able to sleep? No. So higher the energy, higher the learning. Learning, absolutely. Okay, I want you to get present. Higher the energy, higher the learning. And I for once totally believe that we as human beings, what percentage of us has energy? And what percentage are we matter?
Yeah. 100% both.
I want to get present to this, and these small concepts will enable you to appreciate what needs to change. We as human beings, we are supposed to be energy, and as a matter, we are there is just 0.0001% matter. Otherwise, we are almost. So, relating this to the earlier concept which we had seen, if you want to actualize yourself, what do you need to do? Get your energies up. Get your energies up. Because if your energy is clogged or blocked, what's the impact on your effectiveness? What's the impact on your productivity? Yes or no?
Yes.
Absolutely, I want you to be present to this. This is a correlation. And the second thing I want to distinguish is this. As I told you, each one of you have come here because you are basically eye learners. You have come here for what? Because knowledge. Because each of you are committed towards education. And I'm sure most of you must be postgraduates or doctorates or even higher than that. I want you to get present to this. Okay? What is true education? What is true education? The formal education which we have all got or been exposed to. I want you to get present to. What is it full of? What is it full of? The formal education is fully laden with what?
Bullshit.
Huh?
Bullshit.
Theory, right? Theory. Does that formal education teach you about how to make money? Does it teach you about how to do business? Does it teach you about how to build relationship? Right? It doesn't teach you all the most foundational things. And most of the thing that we learn in the formal education is what? Is, as you all rightly said, it is information. So true education is definitely not information. Okay. Then what is true education?
Practical.
Sorry?
Practical.
Practical work, good, very good. And that's why you are all here, let me tell you. And that's why I complimented each of you. And I told you that research shows that these are the people who are the top 10%. Let me give you another part of the research. This top 10% of the world's population who continuously keep on investing on themselves acquire 90% of the world's wealth. What percentage? I can't hear you. Still louder? 90% of the world's education, world's wealth is attracted by this, magnetized by these people. And then you come to know more about this when you understand this concept. What is true education is this. I'll give you a small presentation. This is what I promised you will be my intention for each one of you before you leave this particular room. This is what is true education. Enlightenment. Yes. Very close. But I want that right word.
Awareness.
Revelation.
Revelation, belief,
Discipline.
awareness, discipline,
Growth.
Yeah, all of it. This will lead to all this. And all these elements which you all just said are a part of that. But what is true education? Which is what pulled you to this particular program.
Enlightenment.
Sorry?
Enlightenment.
No. Enlightenment, of course, the word enlightenment makes you light.
Hunger.
Yeah, that's one of the outcome of this particular aspect.
Improvement.
Hunger for knowledge.
Survival of self.
Survival
And species.
Freedom. That's an offshoot of it. So this is what is happening. You know, this is what we have. When you really undergo a true education, this is what happens. It gives you freedom. Yeah, that's an outcome. This freedom is an outcome of this. What is that one word?
Use your knowledge for application.
Yeah, when you apply that knowledge, right?
It helps us in order to trigger action.
Yeah, very much. But more than one word.
For right and wrong, each one will be taking the decisions right now. So intriguing mindset is what
Curiosity.
obviously is
Curiosity is an input. But what is that process of true education?
Sir, आपकी बात
Fantastic. But I love the way you are. I don't want you to think over it. But fantastic. The true education is called as transformation. It's a word. Transformation. Okay. True education. You all are very, very close. Enlightenment, curiosity, awareness. All that leads to what? Transformation. True education is nothing but transformation. Whereas you transform what?
Taking us very practical.
The way you think.
Knowledge.
The way you think. Good. I'm going to give you a series of these concepts. I promise you they are life altering. That's what is true education. True education is transformation. True education is what leads you towards self-actualization. Transformation is what will enable you to use your full potential. Transformation also has got a correlation with your energy level. How many of you agree with me? The moment you are transformed in one area of life, what burst happens? Energy level. Enlightenment, both of you said, leads you to what? Enlightenment is what? You make you feel light. You feel light because of what? Because of That's what is true education. We are all here for true education. We are here for transformation. And my intention is each of you at least take back one area where you have a transformation today. How many of you are game for that? How many of you are game? Absolutely. Okay. This is what is transformation. Let me go one step further in the same. Now this is the brain. Our brain. Now this brain of ours is subdivided into two parts. What are they?
Subconscious and conscious. Subconscious and conscious.
Yeah. Left and right is one form of differentiation. Left deals with more of logic, mathematics, language, and right deals with absolutely. Yeah. So this is left and right. I'm not much interested in that right today. Okay. I'm interested in that bifurcation of what? Conscious and subconscious. What portion of the brain is conscious?
Less than 90%.
Yes, about 10% is conscious and 90% is
Subconscious.
subconscious. Okay. I promise you, there's a link between every concept I'm taking you through. Okay. Out of this two, which is more powerful? Conscious. Conscious. How many of you say conscious? How many of you say subconscious? Absolutely. Subconscious is very, very more powerful. And I know all this concept which we have taken till now, all of them deal with subconscious.
There is something called deep subconscious.
Yeah, there are different levels, but really, for our understanding, so make it too complicated. Let's take it into. I want this concepts to go easy for you, and I want you to start using it. I don't want to use anything which is ultra scientific, but just enough for us to understand the basics of it. And once you start tweaking those basics, I promise you, you will start getting results in your life. How many of you would be interested in that? Yeah, absolutely. So coming to subconscious and conscious brain. Conscious brain works for how long?
Positive things.
Sorry?
Positive things.
While we are aware.
While you're awake. Whereas subconscious brain?
All the time.
24/7. What will get present to. And I want to ask you one more little bit of a quick question. Your conscious brain has been working since when?
Since conception of
I mean, you have to think about it because these are all questions that I'm taking you further towards the concept. So your conscious brain has been working since when?
The first phase.
As soon as you took birth.
Sorry? And where is the subconscious brain of yours working?
Since you are in the womb.
Since the time you were in the womb. And conscious brain normally works after about 2 years. And once you start getting present to the, you're conscious about the thing. That's where it is. Okay? Now, subconscious brain contains what?
Negative things.
Sorry?
Negative things.
What does it contain?
The experience of
information.
Brilliant. It contains experiences. What else? What else?
Feeling. Feeling.
Sorry?
Feeling.
Feeling. No.
the values, the beliefs.
Feeling is a more like a signal to the world arising out of your emotion.
Genetics, emotions, values, the beliefs.
Brilliant, very good, good point. What the word? It contains your beliefs. It also contains your memory or experiences. And out of these two, conscious brain is also called as what? Anybody? And what's the subconscious brain also called as? Sorry? Raw sense of again is a foundation of what who we are. It's also a foundation of the 10x sales concept.
The subconscious is gut,
Gut.
experiences,
Gut. That's not the word gut. Gut feeling is something, okay. It's got a feel. But what's it called? What's it laced with?
Voluntary and voluntary.
And what is conscious brain? Which we are constantly using. Right now you are using a lot of conscious brain. And I promise you, during this process of the next 2 hours, 2.5 hours, you will have an impact which will go into your subconscious as well.
Subconscious is with your future aspirations.
Subconscious is basically programming what is there in the unknowing things. Programming.
True.
Condition and programming.
True. What you are saying is true. Your total behavior is all driven by a subconscious. Let me give you a small example. And I want to two of you come over here on the stage and address this lovely gathering around 40-50 people and tell them what you have understood in the last 1 hour. I want to give an opportunity to 2 people to come up on the stage and share your insights in the last 1 hour. I'm going to give an opportunity to each of you. Again, I repeat, I'm going to give an opportunity to just 2 people to come over here on the stage and share your insight of what you got inside in the last 1 hour. Please come up. Please come up. How long can you go? Give it an applause! Very nice. Okay, let me just dissect this particular experience which we had. What the word I used? What is it? Opportunity. As business people, as entrepreneurs, what are we always looking out for? Opportunity. Then how come this dynamic set of entrepreneurs did not latch onto the opportunities? I'm your coach, so I'm also going to give you some small gifts, very precious gifts, okay, which you can't buy, which you can only earn. Congratulations. I tell you why I'm giving you this gift. Brilliant. Okay. Now I want to ask you this. Let us go to the science of this. And let me tell you, everything that you do in your life is all laced with the same thing. Now, what prevented you? Come on. Next question.
Confidence.
I want each of you to get present to this very, very important concept. Okay? Now, who are stopping you?
Conscious mind.
He said very beautifully. Yeah. He jumped up. Okay? Right. What were most of us seeped with?
Anxiety.
Fear of failure.
Fear.
Fear. Okay. Fear is a what?
Failure.
Fear is what?
What if we say something wrong?
Belief.
The two primordial emotion that human beings go through, what are they? Fear and love. Fear and love. So most of us were gulfed with what? Engulfed with so-called fear. It comes from where? That's what it is. The subconscious brain is also called as an emotional brain. Whereas your conscious brain is called as a logic brain. So all of you right now, last about 5 minutes, you were being driven. What's the word? Driven by your subconscious brain. Not that you're all less brave or courageous. Okay? But still you are stopped. Let me give you an explanation. So can you give a brain applause? Please. See, as soon as this, my invitation came to you all, okay? What did it do? The brain processed it through the conscious brain. Okay? Many of us wanted to come, right? How many of you agree? Yeah, consciously you are looking logical, the opportunity is energy. Okay? But then you were still grounded on your seats. Okay? Mainly because of this aspect here. Somewhere in the past, yeah, I promise it may not be the same incident. You were in a school, maybe at the age of around 5, 7, 8, or 12 or 18 years. Okay, somewhere in your educational career, you were sitting in a class, an inspector or an important teacher came up and he asked you a question. Any question. I'm just giving an example. Who was the first Prime Minister of India? You are very enthusiastic. Raise your hands. He said, okay, please answer. He said, Indira Gandhi. And what happened? What happened? Everybody laughed. And the moment everybody laughed, what happened to you? You took a decision. इसके बाद बस कोई भी बोल नहीं. Whatever maybe the word he uses, I am not going to get up for an answer. Okay? There was what? There was a memory way back in your childhood. So then your childhood was impacting when? Right now. Even today, it is impacting us. Okay? I want to ask you, how many of you made mistakes in your life? Raise your hands. Good. Look around. Everybody look around. How many of you lost money in the past? Raise your hand. Please look around. Do a small clearing process. How many of you lend your money to your friend? He never returned back. Raise your hands. Everybody look around. So how many of you had a heartbreak in your childhood? Onwards. Yeah, since the birth and more. Everybody had to go. I had my first heartbreak when I was 5 years old. How many of you had a heartbreak? If you don't raise your hand, you are still alive. Yeah. Why? All these things which were there in your mind, they all lodged where?
Subconscious.
It's all lodged in our subconscious way. Now, today all of you were brave enough to raise your hands, and when you saw other people also raising hands, you felt a sense of relief. How many of you? Raise your hands. I'm good. Then looked around and said, everybody has lost money. Good. I thought it was only I who lost the money. And I gave it to my friend. I'm the only person who said no by a girl or a boy. Okay? Right? So All these are, my friends, what we're talking as the subconscious mind programming or conditioning. And that conditioning is what is determining your life right now. What we talk about here, as you rightly said, this point, what is the word? Belief is a very crucial thing. It is a belief which runs your life. And we have never been taught about belief. Well, the formula for belief is this. I would like to give you this called God. And whatever results each one of you are achieving in your world, in your life, is totally determined by your beliefs. Your belief leads to your attitude. Attitude leads to your feeling. Feeling leads to your action. Action leads to your results. So can I request you to repeat that, please? Belief, attitude, feeling, action, results. So whatever you are achieving in your life is directly driven by your belief. Okay. And I promise you, you have two types of beliefs. What are they?
Positive and negative.
Yeah, they are positive beliefs and they are negative beliefs. One is called forwarding beliefs, second one is limiting beliefs. One which takes you forward, one is called liberating beliefs, one is called as limiting beliefs. What two words? Please repeat it loudly, I promise you it will be useful for you. Liberating beliefs and limiting beliefs. Okay. Friends, remember, your brain stores information only out of what? Out of repetition. Okay. Just give you a small science. We have the entire training technology is this. Whenever you have a new information given to you, there are two neurons which come in. Okay. As soon as the information is presented to you, your bond happens between two neurons and the mind stores the truth. But in case if you don't do what I request you to do, or what? Of repetition, what will happen? It will atrophy. That's why they say in most of the training programs which you all must have attended, by the 72nd hour after attending the training program, 90% of whatever you have learned is lost. You felt very good during the training program, but after about three days, you don't recollect anything. I mean, if you agree with me. Yeah, that's why many people again get into a belief. Training का कुछ फायदा नहीं होता. Training and all, अच्छा, it's good. It's not the problem with training. It's a problem of how you have taken the training here. Did you do the repetition? Was a trainer facilitating you? Was he making you think and then grasp the information? Was it repeated in a certain frequency? For you to transfer information from a short-term memory to a long-term memory, you have to repeat the information which you want to store within every 10 to 15 minutes, after 24 hours, and after 7 days. If you do this, I promise you, these vital information will get stored in the long-term memory which you can use for your life. You can see why I said I want a chart. Did you see something about the chart? What do you see in the chart? Yeah, actually we put it across. Okay. One more thing. What do you see in the chart?
Colors.
Colors. Absolutely. Why the colors? What does it trigger?
Creativity, memories.
Energy. We have two sides of brain, right?
Right.
Left and right. Okay, left is more of logic, language, mathematics. Right is creativity, ideas, innovation, art, science. So this is to trigger your right brain. I don't know if you agree with me that most of us here in this room thanks to the education system, which part of the brain has been really processed or used?
Left.
Okay. But the time has come for us to really set off or trigger your right brain. And even if you talk about 10x or 100x, it all comes down to what? Which side of the brain? I want you to be present. I am totally with the topic which we are covering. Lot of people teaching or sharing. What consciousness state you are in? Right? Love. Love, very good. Love is a basic emotion. Teaching involves what?
Empathy.
Passion.
Passion, okay. But you come from what consciousness?
Awareness.
You don't know you're good teachers. Whoever has been a good teacher in your life. What does that person come from? Emotional touch.
Generosity.
So he comes from what?
Empathy.
Empathy. And what does he want to do?
Spread our knowledge.
Spread. By what? By what's that one word? One word. I want to represent. Huh?
Share. Sharing.
Brilliant. By what process? By very good. The word is give. Every good teacher comes from giving. He doesn't hold on anything. He doesn't say, "Nee, then he's not a good teacher. He says, whatever I know, I want to share. So remember, every teacher comes from giving. Now I want to ask you one more paradigm, one more important concept. How many leaders do you have in a team? Each of you have got a number of team members, right? So how many leaders do you have? One. Three
As many members are there as the team.
Excellent. Very good. I think what's the deal? Getting the point?
The difference between the key position and leader.
So good. When you come from this thought process that everybody is a leader, now come down to this. What does the leader come from? Where does he come from? Sorry? But what does he again come from? Where does he, what is the consciousness of every leader?
From a situation.
Responsibility now.
Yeah, raise your hand and ask. Yeah.
Owning the work when he owns his.
He owns the work, okay? And
He owns and takes responsibility.
right. Between a leader and a follower, what's the basic difference?
Leader takes responsibility.
Leader takes responsibility.
Achieve the goals.
Ownership.
Ownership, good. Good words.
Risks. Takes risks. Leaders will always take decisions.
Decision. Very good.
So he will always be in the.
So who's a follower and who's a leader?
So leaders will always be in the front and taking the risk, taking the initiatives, taking the.
Yeah. So then you are coming from this paradigm that everybody is a leader. So,
Or whatever role
What about
you play in
follow?
the society or.
yeah. And what about a follower?
Followers are those.
Sorry.
Followers are those who follow the command and the instruction. Accordingly, they work. So they are the followers, and the leaders are those who themselves take initiative and start doing something.
Will a leader also take command from others?
So leaders are givers and followers are leaders.
Very good. Give me an applause. Brilliant. Happy. What was it? Repeat again, please.
So leaders are givers and followers are takers.
Absolutely right. Leaders are givers and followers are takers. Leader always comes from giving. He wants to give. The follower will do what? He always comes from taking. I want to ask you this. What does a teacher come from? Giving. So what's a teacher?
Leader.
Absolutely. A teacher is a leader. So in fact it comes from this. Learn to sell. Learn to teach. Teach also means teach them to take responsibility or teachers are also leaders. Okay? And this they do for whom? This they do for third dimension is the team. As I told you, friends, nothing can happen alone. Whatever happens in a team. Okay. So the third dimension is about team. You need to continuously keep on empowering your team. You need to build a team which works on systems. You need to have a team which is empowered, where everybody believes like and performs like a leader. Okay. So if you can have these three things in place, how many salespeople? All. How many teachers? How many leaders? All of them work towards as a team. What's the full form of team?
Together everyone achieves more.
Together everyone achieves more. Okay? It just substitute more with miracles. Together everyone achieves miracles. Remember, one more thing is together extraordinary, alone mediocre. Can you repeat that, please? And this, my friend, I want to do with one more thing. This is to be done with system, accountability, and code of honor. You need to have a system-based organization. How would you define system?
I mean, it's more objective rather than subjective.
Right. But how would you define a system?
A
set of rules.
A set of regular processes to repeatable and sustainable for everybody.
And what's the basic objective of setting up a system? Why I'm clarifying this distinction, because basically entrepreneurship or people fail because they don't have systems, skill sets and strategies. And unless these three things are put together, you can't have a sustainably profitable organization. So we are distinguishing these distinctions for us to understand them and then go about learning about those systems and strategies. Good, excellent. You are very close. So how do you define system?
Entities come under one roof or one domain.
Sorry?
Entities come under one roof or one domain.
Entities come under one domain. That's an enterprise.
System,
Why?
system is a process to make your work seamless and in a very structured way you can.
Right.
One person is not hindered by the other person.
And what's the ultimate objective of a system? What's the ultimate objective?
Making things predictable.
Scalable, very good. Scalability, very important.
Predictability.
Brilliant. Predictable in terms of
Outcomes.
outcomes.
Smoothness.
Yeah.
It brings smoothness.
Yes, absolutely. And it also does one more important thing.
You can have holidays.
Sorry? Brilliant. Like you very well said. You can have, it doesn't become owner dependent or the HOD dependent. And one more thing, very closely related to that. What happens if the people don't have system and one person runs everything?
So chaos. So I mean, if it's system driven, then things will be smooth versus if I see
Dependent on it.
Absolutely. Doesn't it? In case that one person leaves your organization, your entire organization collapses. Because if you have a system-based organization, it is not individual dependent, it is system dependent. How many of you agree with me? That's where systems are important. Sales systems, sales strategies are important. Otherwise, here what happens is the owner or entrepreneur or HOD, he does all the work. Everything depends upon his availability. The moment you remove him out, there's entire chaos. Because it is not system based, there is no consistency of implementation. And thereby there is no predictability of results. If you agree. That's why systems are very, very crucial. Okay? For you to have any organization which can run on system, you have prudent. Scalability is one more thing. In fact, I want to share with you, McDonald's, every day in some part of the world, they open up a new big shop. How? And you take a McDonald's product, either in Kochi or in Bombay or in calculator. It is standard. Because all based upon system. Well, the second important thing is accountability. Sales people especially, whenever you think about 10x growth, one thing which happens in most organizations, let me tell you very frankly, my friend, your sales people are a very expensive commodity. You know that? You know how much their one call costs you? I was working for Pfizer India 25 years back. So we removed a cost of every representative's call to a doctor. You know how much it was 25 years back? 100? At that point of time, one call was costing 10,000 rupees for the company. How much? 25 years back. Look how the cost of the sales call is calculated. All the overheads are ultimately put on that, right? Because he calls and from that only he gets the revenue. So all your research, R&D, all your marketing expenses, all of them are ultimately going where? Going into that particular person's call. If he doesn't do it well, everybody's expenses are going to be funneled into it. Even today, my friend, many of our entrepreneurs here, your salesperson goes for a call. I'll be very frank with you. What type of a call he makes? Cold call. Cold call? Yes. Yeah, you're right. Cold call is one. But what is the effectiveness of this call? Most of your salespeople are doing a call of a courier boy. Go there, waits outside, he gets about 2 minutes, he goes there, delivers your expensive brochure, and then your expensive visiting card, and he walks off. Feeling accomplished that he has completed one call and another 9 to go. He sends you a report in the evening. Sir, I have completed my 10 calls and you are happy and good. And now I am managing money.
Pass me over.
Yeah, pass me voucher. Right? I wanted to get present to this, my friend, because they are not trained, because they are not monitored, because they are not managed. They are just overheads for you. They are a very expensive commodity. Why? Anybody wants to share any breakthroughs, any new insights? I want to give an opportunity to 2-3 people to share. Yeah, please. Yeah.
Okay, so I was wondering how to get to the NDP, right? So a lot of people do a cold call to me, but they have virtually no understanding of the context of my problem. One of the things that you were sharing is always start with an open book. Just listen for cues, right?
Yes.
Don't get into selling at all. Selling is eventually will come, but first try to probe, ask open-ended questions.
Very true.
Good feedback.
Excellent. Very good point. Absolutely. That's why I said in selling, what's the percentage of listening?
70%.
And what are the next skill you need to know?
Questions.
Ask questions. Because remember, even in this last 2 hours we were together, do you see I ask you a lot of questions? Yeah. Did you get see that?
Yes.
Why? See, remember, span of control of human being is very short. Within a matter of 2 minutes, the mind will start moving, boom, boom. So remember, questions hook the mind. Can you repeat that, please? And the person who asks the question dominates the conversation. Can you repeat that, please? Dominates or controls the question, controls the conversation. See, all intelligent people, you'll always see, they don't answer, they ask you a quantum question. So they wrestle control the conversation. So the person who asks the question will control the conversation. I don't know if you agree with me. Turn your partner, give him a high five, say, well, I'm going to control the conversation. Because selling is nothing but controlling the conversation and taking him to the to the desirable outcome that you want from the conversation. Okay? That's why it's very important to ask the right question. Because your answer from your customer will depend upon what? The quality of the question. So you can't ask a dumb question. There are three types of probing: open probing, closed probing, or called a choice probing. Okay, what's the closed probing? Then the answer will be yes or no.
Yes or no.
Choice probing, you give a choice, it chooses one of them. What's an open probe? Open probe is a probe which allows him to really
Open up.
express himself. So normally what type of probe should a professional sales person use?
Open.
Because you can't ask too many questions, right? You ask less questions, but you get the right answer from it. So that you can identify what? Identify the NDP. Okay. So you need to continuously remember, don't be in a great hurry. Jump in with your presentation about your so-called great product. Your product will come. There is a time when you have to present using a FAB technique. Everybody knows what's a FAB technique?
Features and benefits.
Feature,
And benefit.
advantage in benefit. What's the customer interested in?
Benefits.
So where does it come from? From the
Feature.
feature or the benefit? From the benefit. So you need to know how to translate your features of your product into a benefit which he can understand. Let me give an example. Like just imagine somebody selling a Hero Honda 100cc bike. If he says, my company manufactures 100cc bikes which is got the best of Japanese 4-stroke engine, please buy it. What has he stated? The feature. Okay. Like, but how does it translate into advantage? You ask the question, so what? When I ask the question, so what to this particular statement, I say, okay, because of this, my bike gives you 85 kilometers per liter of fuel. That's my mileage efficiency. What is this?
Benefit.
This is also an advantage. Okay. Now again ask the question. So what? So what to this question of my bike giving 85 kilometers per liter of fuel? Because of it, sir, you will save on an average 1,500 rupees per month on your fuel cost. Now what is it? Now there's a benefit which he can relevant. Very important. This makes a difference. This is going to touch my pocket. I can sense it. I can feel it. I can empathize with it. How many of you can agree with me? So what's a customer interested in? Benefits. What's he going to get out of this? So every human being, let me tell you one thing. Every human being is only interested in one thing. In any conversation that you have with any human being, ever, you always will consider only one thing. Yeah.
What are they going to get?
Yeah, what's the word?
What's the information?
Kitna
What
de
is? Everybody say this? So if you are a sales commando, if you are a businessman, you have to always talk in terms of what is in it for him. That's where he will entertain you. He will ask you to tell me more. He will not put out you. He will say, okay, tell me more. As long as you are addressing this question from his point of view. That's where the FAB technology works. Everybody clear? Was it useful? Turn to your partner, give him a high five. Say, oh, I'll be on FAB technology. I'm going to be FAB. Okay, good. Now I'm going to touch upon one more important concept before is about this. See, one more thing where many of us are sales illiterate. Selling illiterate. What's the word? They are selling illiterate. Okay? I'll tell you, this again is a worldwide research. I want to ask you this. For you to get a customer, any customer, how many calls you have to make? To get a one customer's first sale?
10.
5, 10. Yeah, average worldwide is about 6 calls is required to get a first order. First order from a customer.
If one specific customer.
For any customer, create customer. Done. So नया customer is a prospect. From this time for technology, suspect to order. Suspect becomes a prospect. Prospect becomes a. You would approach him. After approaching him, you negotiate with him. Then you close it, order, and then you get a sales. So the entire process takes about 6. I would ask you, my friends, intelligent people, normally how much money, generally, I will not say 100% time, but generally about most of the products which we sell, do you really make a lot of profits in the first sale? No. Normally, that profit which you make, it gets offset by what? What's the cost? All the 6 costs have cost you money. Right? When do you start making real money? When you get a repeat customer. When you get a repeat sale, how much has been your investment? Sometimes even 0. Right? Customer calls up and says, boss, send me I'm placing an order, sending you the money, please dispatch. Right? So what happens to you after? Goes up. As I told you, still most people are selling illiterate. What's the word? Because 78% of the sales people don't go to the customer after the first call for sale. How many percentage? 78% of the sale are one sale deal. उनको मेहनत किया, उसे ऑर्डर लिया, उसके बाद क्या किया? फिर कहाँ भागे? ऑपरेट के पास। वहाँ पर क्या करेंगे? कितना कॉल करेंगे? और क्या करेंगे? उसके बाद? This is what I want to say. Just go through this. This is from one of my teachers called Ron Kaufman. He's from Singapore. He trains Singapore Airlines. How many of you are flown by Singapore Airlines? What are they known for? Customer service. He's a customer service consultant. He's one of my teachers. So he has given this particular. I'll give you many such ones when you come for some further training programs, which will take you through the process. Okay. Now I want you to just study this particular chart. 1, 2. Yeah. One shot deal, transaction satisfaction, reliable relationship, or powerful partnership. So, what do you understand by this? And which is most desirable? And why? And why? Good. Powerful partnership. Very good. So, how do you understand this? How do you understand this? One shot deal? One shot deal?
Never got another order.
First shot.
Yeah, what's the difference between one shot deal and transaction satisfaction?
And the repeat their transaction.
Is there a repeat order?
Higher profitability in transaction satisfaction.
Good. But is there a repeat sale then?
No repeat. There is chance.
Both of them have got no repeat sale.
Uber.
एक तो blind है, मालूम ही नहीं कहाँ है, कहाँ गया. दूसरा का is very safe. He has a tracking of that. He knows he has been satisfied. Maybe in the future, sometime he may give you back. But right now, that's what I told you about 78%. These are those 78 people, Charlies, who may be. Let me be candid with you as your coach. Maybe one of you or one of your sales team people. How many of you are there? Raise your hand. Yeah. And in this case, what are you doing? When you indulge yourself in such transactions, you are wasting opportunity, you are wasting money. Remember, the old customers are your gold mine. What's the word? They are your gold mine. And I tell you, in my experience as a coach, trainer, as an entrepreneur as well, many of the people don't touch those gold mine. You don't bother about that. Even though once you have really worked hard on them. Okay, now coming down to the next 2 points. Reliable relationship, powerful partnership. What's the difference?
Building trust.
Sorry?
Building trust.
Building trust. So but trust is there in both.
Reliable partnership is just a consistent, you're getting some orders. Powerful is your orders are increasing over time.
References is being given.
Powerful is like getting references also,
Very
not
good.
just getting repeat orders.
Very good.
Reliable relationship.
So which is more desirable?
Powerful.
Absolute. Absolute. Powerful partnership. That's what we are all here for. I promise you, if you really work yourself onto this, your business can be, really flourishing.
In some cases, reliable relationship can develop into a powerful partnership.
It could. And it should not happen accidentally. It should happen with your body. Yeah, you should be result controlling it and taking it forward. I mean, if you agree. That's why we are here.
But how?
How? Good question. How? But I'll give you the answer next. What's the answer? When you agree, deliver, assure, and explore. Go through each of these words pregnant with a lot of thoughts. Yeah, I'm able to show only some of them because of the lack of time. That means what?
All are interrelated.
How they are interrelated. Because when a sales happen, when a customer gives you sale, who has taken the risk? Remember, customer has taken the risk. So what he requires? Of what? You will deliver. And after assurance, you also ensure that you are able to be in touch with them, communication with them. You deliver and assure it. And then you take him forward to the next one of exploring. So when you explore new opportunities for him to buy your product by different applications, then what are you doing? Then you are creating a powerful partnership. Remember, there are 4 types of customers: amazing customers, breadwinners, convenience customers, and time wasters. Can you repeat that, please? Amazing customers, breadwinners, convenience customers, and time wasters. Amazing customers are where you put less effort, but you get a high returns. Breadwinners are high investment of time, effort, money, but you also get a high returns. Okay. Convenience customers are put a low effort, low return. And time wasters are lower effort, low return. What you should do? Avoid those. Yeah, so the strategy has to be ensure that you don't waste your time on the time wasters. You have to focus on what? An amazing customer. How many can do it? So there's a strategy aspect which has to be again looked into. How do you take care of it? There are 4 types of products which you can have. You can have a high value product. You can have primary products. You can have easy to buy products. You can have a time wasted products. I can repeat that. First one is what? High value products. That is what? Which has got less cost, less inputs, high returns. Second one is
Easy products.
primary products, which are high in inputs, high in returns. Third one is you have easy to sell products, low input, low yield. And last one is time wasters, high effort, low returns. So as a company, as an entrepreneur, what should we be focusing on?
Amazing.
High value? Yes, high value as well as easy to buy products. Okay, these are all the strategic decisions which you have to take, which also comes with the selling, which you will take it up when you come for the